Where am I?
Ooh, fresh meat for the grinder.
Pay him no heed. He is cute, but he is.
There's gotta be a way out of here.
There's no escape. The only hope is the sweet relief of death.
Whoa! Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
My army! Koopas! Goombas! Whatever those things are! Aww. We will destroy the Mushroom Kingdom!
Bowser is coming.
I'm not afraid. I'll do anything for my brother.
We're going to save him.
Yes! Fire!
You asked for it. This is fun!
Here we go!
Attack!
Let's end this.
Hey everyone, it's me, Ryan Hernia, aka Never Lose Heart, aka Konoha Cafe, and we got an extra special snack bite for you today. Very excited for this one.
What's up, guys? I'm Brady, and we are reviewing the Mario movie.
The Mario movie, only like maybe 4 to 5 to a week late,
Woo!
but
we're reviewing Mario.
But very excited. I think this was like one of my most anticipated movies I was personally looking forward to this year. I was super duper excited.
Mm-hmm.
Illumination, if they do anything right, it's the animation and the look.
Oh, they know exactly what to do. It was a beautiful movie.
I agree.
And I was worried that, like, will some of the characters be too much? But, like, at the end of the day, it's a Mario movie. They're gonna be, it's a Mario. They're gonna look their best.
It's gonna be what do you say, Mamma Mia. You know
and,
what
like,
I mean?
Illumination, like, when it at least comes to the animation and the style standpoint,
They kill it.
They kill it. They don't do wrong. Like, even the last couple, like, Minions movies, I was like, these little yellow guys, they look amazing. I love the Minions.
The textures made me want to eat them. They look like little Twinkies running
Banana?
around.
Banana!
Banana split this dick in half. Cut that part out.
Okay, the initial thoughts on
Your
the
initial thoughts, yeah.
My initial thoughts on the Mario
Yeah.
movie.
Before we dissect it, we're just gonna kind of like, give us our first thoughts of what we thought.
First thoughts, I brought the wife, and we both loved it. It's such a fun and creative movie, and it was just so fun just to, like, sit there, watch, and definitely if you're a Nintendo fan, you're gonna love it. Like, it was absolutely just mind-blowing, every single small, minute detail they put into this movie. Like I said before, like, if you're a Mario fan, there's gonna be so many moments where you're like, whoa, I know that,
Right,
or I have experience playing or doing that, or this or that. So it was just an outstanding, fun movie, and like we said, Illumination killed the shit out of it.
I agree, and I don't want to hop into too quickly into the specifics, but I want to agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I had a really good time watching this film. There was nothing wrong with it. In the sense of, like, when I went into it, wanting something fun, that's exactly what I got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree with that, and like, there's just so much to say, and like, I think we're gonna keep the first half kind of spoiler free, but at the end of the day,
as usual.
Yeah,
right.
as usual. But at the end of the day, it's a Mario movie. Like, you're kind of coming into it, like, if you kind of played any Mario game, and if you're human on this earth, you have played any Mario game. Mario is like the flagship character for Nintendo.
And yeah, exactly. And I also want to agree with you on your first half of what you said too, is that not only is it fun, but it is absolutely sprinkled, littered, covered in references from everything from, like, super old school Mario to new school enemies, power-ups and attacks, etc., etc.,
And
etc.
I'm gonna be honest, like, my little analytical brain during the movie, I was picking this movie apart so hard. Like, I was trying to figure out what references were to what, and I think they hit every single Mario reference besides two. And correct me if I'm wrong, I didn't see a Mario Sunsplash or Sunrise. What's it called? Sunset.
Oh, it's called Sunsplash.
Sunsplash.
Mario Sunscreen coming this fall.
Yeah. What is it called?
Mario Sunshine.
Oh, there we go. Cut to this. I didn't see a Mario Sunshine reference in it at all. I mean, maybe it like flew past my head. I also didn't see any Dr. Mario reference in there.
I mean, I'm sure there's like 1,000 Mario games. I'm sure they missed a few.
Yeah, I get that, and like it's totally fine if they did, because even like the small like the movie opens with a reference to like the old school 90s Mario TV show / movie that, you know, the little commercial that play. That's original song from the 90s Mario, and they just remixed it to kind of ramp it up for this new generation.
The composer stated that there was 160 Mario movie songs referenced. 160.
Really?
I probably personally caught like 10. So.
Yeah, no, there was so many, and like I felt like there was a lot of love and passion in this movie.
100%. Every scene was crafted carefully, and you probably wouldn't see that immediately because, like, let's just be honest for a second. This is a kids movie. This is a movie geared towards a younger demographic, and that's totally okay. You know, kids aren't going into this movie expecting like Inception or Tenet or Avatar or like, you know, any kind of like really deep like story, and that's totally okay. I think movies should be overall fun. I don't think they always need to be super thought-provoking. I mean, it's great. That's a great plus. Yeah. But I think that if you go to the movies saying, you know what, that was worth $12 or that was worth $13.50 or whatever, you know what I mean? I think that's great.
Do you have a favorite reference in the entire movie? I had at least two.
I remember... Sorry, choking on cock. It's called New Super Mario Bros. For the Wii U. And there was like little penguin enemies that like slide on the floor.
Oh, they were really cute.
But I don't remember them ever being anything else other than like little enemies that you had to like either slide on or attack. And then they were like kind of, not like an integral part of the story, but they were like a bigger part.
Yeah, they were what like started, because it shows in the trailer. But Bowser attacks the penguin like kingdom, the very first kingdom he attacks, and he gets like the superstar from them.
And that's in all the trailers too. Also, do you know Spike?
Spike?
Do you know Spike, their old boss who kind of gives them shit for the like throughout the movie?
Yeah.
He's an actual Nintendo character. It's from like a game called like Wrecking Crew or Construction Crew.
I think I know what you're talking about.
You play as Mario and Spike.
Yeah, you know what he kind of gave me vibes of? He kind of gave me vibes of like an older, douchier, like Fix-It Felix from Wreck-It Ralph. I was like, this is Fix-It Felix if you went down the wrong path.
Do you know what's so crazy about you saying that out loud?
What's up?
Is that I watched Wreck-It Ralph like probably like a day or two before Mario.
They're both incredible movies.
Fun.
They're both incredible movies. You want to hear my favorite reference? I have two.
I definitely want to hear that, yes.
Okay, my first one has to be in the very beginning of the movie, Luigi's getting like their first call for their first like plumbing job, and it's the Nintendo GameCube like startup sound. The
oh really? You know, I didn't.
You didn't catch that? Yeah, his ringtone was the. I mean, did you play a lot of GameCube growing up?
Yeah, that's my first console.
First personal. It was my first personal concert too. It came with Star Fox, the Star Fox Adventures.
Oh really? Was that fun?
Oh, so fun.
Was that the one where you also went on the ground and?
Yeah, it was a like 3D platformer kind of type thing, kind of like a Legend of Zelda, but for Star Fox.
Did you know that Star Fox doesn't have legs?
He does.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
So,
it shows it in the game.
They're not like his actual legs. His actual legs are cut off. I'm not joking. This isn't. Here, watch. I'm editing this one. This is the information that's sent on. If you unlock Star Fox's like melee trophies, it says that his legs been cut off, and those are like robotic legs.
Really? Wonder when that happens.
I'm gonna post the edit right here, or not the edit, but like the actual information. He does not have legs. But go ahead.
That's
Sorry,
so groovy. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So that was my second two favorite Easter egg. Is just the Nintendo GameCube. Like that's so cool. Yeah. Definitely a lot of our generation. GameCube was their introduction to like Mario, and then my second one,
mid to late 20s.
Yeah, mid to late 20s, like us. My second favorite reference has to be is like there's a lot of complaint about like, oh, Chris Pratt, why didn't they get the original Mario guy in there? He was in there. He was the guy.
He was a background like Mario knockoff.
Yeah, he was a background Mario knockoff. He was basically playing Jumpman because before Mario got his official title, Mario, he was just labeled as Jumpman. Yeah. And at the very beginning, you see him in the back. He even has a little interaction with Mario, and he does his little Yahoo! And he's playing the original Jumpman Mario console in the back during the very beginning of the movie.
Also, the Knockout Pizza, like you play as. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Mario is in Knockout, the original NES game, But yeah, he's in the Knockout Pizza Parlor.
Yeah, well, it's like I'm so glad they were able to get that because they kind of like originally did him dirty because they didn't even tell him that they were making a Mario movie without him. They were just saying he found out when like everything else came out to the public.
It's talked about in the first like 20 minutes. It's just like, wow, do you think I went too heavy on the accent or the yahoos? And he's like, nah, you're good.
And I get that. Everybody was kind of worried about Charlie Day and Chris Pratt with their like voices. I don't think they did a terrible job.
We're way past the casting at this point. But let me just say one thing to our audience, to our friends at home, to our loved ones, the people watching in Indonesia. I don't care where you're at. Look, I love the Mario original voice, okay? But if I had to sit through an hour and a half to 2 hours of Yahoo! Okay, let's go save the princess!
That's what I was
Put
thinking.
in my ass!
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm not having this shit. Like, because originally I was like, oh, it is a bummer. But after, because it opens up with that trailer or the commercial.
Yeah.
They do the whole commercial with those voices. And by the time the commercial's over, you're like, thank God, oh my. I would hate that. Like,
it was fun for 20 seconds.
But if it was past like this 20 seconds mark, I would be like, oh no, we got ourselves. I think it would have changed the movie entirely if their voices was like that the whole time.
Yeah.
It would be way too crazy. I'm like, no, let's not do that.
Okay, so I want to briefly touch on, real quick, like, maybe its downfall, its shortcomings a little bit, and then hop into spoilers. That's cool.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
All right, so go ahead and give me your hot, spicy take as if you're talking to a TikTok reel or short or whatever.
Okay, so this is what I kind of think about the Mario movie. I kind of get these thoughts. I was watching a video by Nando Reviews. He kind of reviews comic books and that type of medium form when it comes to superheroes. But he did a little take about the Mario movie. So, go check out his video about the new Mario movie and the missing piece it kind of needs. When it comes to the Mario movie is a fun movie. When it comes to like story writing and a movie standards, I don't think it's a outblowing, amazing movie. It's not going to be one of those like, it's not going to be the next Godfather. It's not going to be any of those classics. It's a fun movie. It's for the kids. It's for the adult. It's for the everybody. But it's kind of missing this piece in the Mario movie where it's like, okay, Mario's here and he needs to save his brother. But why is he here? They kind of show that Peach, the princess, could do anything what Mario could have done, but it takes Mario a little bit of time to even get close to that level. So it's kind of like, why does Mario need to be there when Peach can do it? And there's plots of the movie where, like, if Peach didn't waste her time on training up Mario, basically, it's kind of like, oh, she could have got the Donkey Kong Kingdom to help her, and she could have done everything herself. So I think there needs to be a driving force of, oh, Mario need to be in this movie, not to only save his brother, but also like maybe the humans are the only ones to use the power-ups, or maybe Peach had a relationship to a different type of Mario in the past, or a different type of Jumpman, or just something like that. A combining force of like, this is why Mario needs to do it, because when he wants to go rescue Luigi, he doesn't have that like driving force stuff. Like, this is why he needs to be in this part of the movie.
I agree, and I don't. Also, I'm gonna throw it up right now. Spoiler alert. I'm just kind of gonna hop into this now. I agree. I don't think Illumination has ever produced like a fantastic story, like a deep, thought-provoking story, and
they've got close. Like Despicable Me. It's pretty close.
There's more story movement. I think.
I actually think they lose touch in the story. Like, the longer Illumination's been around, like the closer they got to Minions, the more storytelling they kind of sacrifice for it. I'm
not trying to repeat too much what you said, but I agree with the fact that it was missing some. I said this over text to Brady. I said that it would have benefited from 10 to 20 minutes more of character development, and writing a little bit, just a little bit more writing, and I think they could have afforded 20 minutes of animation. I think that would have been easy. I'm not going to harp too much about that. I agree it was missing some story. I will say that I think there was plenty of reason for what happened to happen. I mean, granted, it's a kids movie. Peach was excited to have another human along for the ride, and then so she trained him up, and they went to go do stuff. And then two, I will agree with you about this part.
Yes.
Puss in Boots wasn't missing a piece. It was great for the El Niños, for the kids, but also there was so much still like life lessons and humor and college humor for the adults.
Yes.
Like grown ass people and Lil El Niños.
Yeah.
And that's French for kids, by the way. They can enjoy it too. While with the Mario movie, if you didn't grow up with Mario, for some reason you lived under a rock or just came back and you woke up from a coma,
Yes.
you may not fully enjoy this movie because you didn't catch you didn't have like a spot in your heart.
Yeah,
for it.
and I agree with that. This movie's definitely for like the fans. If you put all these characters, you kind of mold them into like different characters without these like flagship like Nintendo models.
Right.
I don't think it would be
Iconic.
It wouldn't be as iconic. It wouldn't be like a good movie as it is.
That's a really good point. If
Yeah.
you were to make this, if you were to take the same exact everything and place them in like a,
A different
style,
universe.
different format,
Yeah.
maybe fresh new characters, it might have just flopped immediately.
in my flop, but it's because of the flagship characters. It's because it's Mario, it's Luigi. We all grew up with them. We're all fans, and like that's the cool thing. What Nintendo kind of has is like
a
everybody's
massive fan base.
everybody's fan. Everybody kind of grew
right,
up.
and then a generational fan base too, like literal 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s.
And what I will say about this movie, kind of moving on to the next point, is, and I think you might agree with me too, is this movie is the definition of fast pace. It is go, 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 go. And kind of what you were saying is like, it doesn't take a minute to stop and breathe and really develop the characters. And I feel like that's where the movie kind of like thrived, is those slower moments. There's a slow moment where Peach and Mario are kind of sitting on the grass looking up to the stars and kind of talking to one another. That's fantastic because it kind of took it time. It was developing those characters a little bit more, hinting at stuff in the future, and it just took it easy. Another part was at the very end where Mario's getting kind of knocked up and he's like all thrashed up in the pizzeria.
Are you telling me Mario gets knocked up in this movie?
Bowser knocks him up.
Bro, dude, they were capping when he was like, peaches, 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 peaches.
But anyway, it kind of slows it down. Mario's like kind of like going through his life and his decisions, and like I felt like that was the best part, where like it just took a minute to like breathe. There was so much going on, and then it just kind of stopped for a minute.
Yes, mostly yes. I will say that when you told me it was fast paced, I kind of looked for it and I didn't see it for a little bit. I will say that I agree and I don't. I mean, I mostly agree though. I will say that the beginning, 15, 20 minutes, I think they did a good job establishing the world. I like that they shed light on like Mario's home life, Luigi's home life.
I did like that.
And they did a good job painting like a really good like Italian home, and it showed Mario and Luigi as like humans. Like, hey, big bro, I know you put a lot of money and life into this. Like we're gonna make it.
I do like that. I do like the
endearing,
little, just a little
sweet.
backstory on who Mario is, what his family kind of looks like. I liked his relationship with his mothers and his brothers
and his dad, and he's like, I know how you feel. Like my dad doesn't think I'm anything either.
It is cool because it's giving a lot of different layers to this character who was originally just
Extremely
2D, who was just designed to jump and hop, skip, pop, and save a princess.
And they never really go too much into the fact that he's a plumber. Like he just say, "Oh yeah, he's also a plumber," and he never does. They never touch on that.
And like I do like it because they found a part where they were able to like show not tell, or they didn't even have to explain some stuff because so many people is familiar with Mario as a character and as a franchise.
Right.
Like there's even a part in it where Mario used the level up thing for the first time. He used the level up mushroom. He's like, why does this give us this power? And Peach is like, I don't know. And like that's not something you really need to explain to the audience because the audience know it's like it's a video game. Like it's this or that. Like there has to it's just a fun story. There doesn't always have to be a why for everything.
And that's totally okay. I think that I think skipping past some of that stuff it really helps with like one budget, two time, people's attention spans. Like with anything really, it's just like there are plot points that are plot devices that help move the story along. Like in Top Gun Maverick, like at the end he's at the enemy base and he finds his old plane. Like what are the fucking odds?
Yeah.
You know, he finds his old jet fighter, not his specific old, but like one that he used back in the day, and they're able to get out of there. How in Avatar do we have this technology to like transplant our minds into these like creatures? Like the why sometimes isn't super necessary in my opinion. So like I thought it was great. Like I said, it kind of also goes back to what I said earlier. It could have benefited from another 20 minutes of like world and character
I would
developing.
have loved this movie because what? It was like an hour 30.
It was an hour and a half, like
hour
on
and
the
a
dot.
half, yeah, hour 30, hour and a half, and it wasn't too long. I would have totally been fine if this movie was even two and a half hours because Mario is such a big franchise. Like, there's so much to develop, but I do understand like
2.5 hours might have been a little bit much for me.
maybe a little bit too less. What I will say before we start wrapping up, something I really did appreciate was building Mario and Donkey Kong's relationship in the
Sure,
movie.
yeah.
Because that's his first big
It's-
bad.
Yeah,
That's
it
his
started
like
off with like kind of them not liking each other.
yeah, that was his first big bad in this movie. Kind of develop. It was like, okay, they're first enemies, then they first start butting heads, then they become frenemies, then they start teasing each other, and then when Mario saves Donkey Kong's life from drowning, they kind of get like this good relationship. There was even that final part where they both get the power ups and they're running all the way up to the top of the castle.
Yeah,
like,
that part was really cool.
That moment was so
Yeah.
cool.
No, I agree. There's definitely a character arc for both of them. You know, we didn't touch on two things. We didn't touch on the casting, and we didn't touch on the music too much. I want to say one thing though. I liked how they made Mario and Luigi very human-like in this one, and we talked a little bit about how their characters are less 2D.
Yes.
In this one, yeah, and I liked how like the super fun, cute relationship that Luigi and Mario have. They really like have a really strong brotherly
It's a
bonds.
really close relationship. I think Chris Pratt and Charlie Day did an amazing job like demonstrating like who these characters are, what they're standing for, and their
Right.
experiences. Charlie Day as a very scared, wimpy, kind of pussy like Luigi was really good, and I think it's gonna really set up Luigi's character if they move on and
Right.
develop another movie, even a Luigi solo movie, because there was King Boo was at the wedding.
That's true.
So
And Bomb
and
King Bomb.
Yeah, and I would be fine. I'm a big Luigi character fan, so I'm like, I would like a full Charlie Day Luigi movie.
Oh
and
yeah, 100%. And also, I know it's like a really small aspect, but I'm happy they put in like this family. I know you talked about this, but I really liked how they put their family in there. It just makes them feel like more endearing and more close to home kind of thing. And as being 1/29th Italian myself, I can appreciate that.
Yeah, it was a good Italian family, and I really liked it. Like just the relationships what the family had with one another. Let's do before we wrap up. Just speed run. What do you think about the movie? I mean, not the movie. My bad. Let's speed run. What do you think about the music?
I was about to say the same thing to you.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, 1 minute, go. All right, my
We just got to
opinion.
one of us saying, okay, 1 minute, go.
Real quick, 1 minute movie. My 1 minute take about the music in the Mario movie. I didn't hate it. I thought maybe it's a little bit misplaced, and they definitely had enough Mario music to accommodate those spots where they did put in 80s rock. Do I think it took away from the movie? No, not too much. I thoroughly enjoyed it. They had a strong mix of like 80s rock and also Mario themed music, like remixed and made it happy and fun or whatever.
And
Yeah.
I'll bounce off of what Ryan's saying. I think the original Mario music and the composer they had was amazing. There was a little bit too much of licensed music. Like I feel like the blend between it was a licensed song and then immediately after it was original Mario composition.
Sure.
It just didn't have a good blend because you got one or the other.
Yeah.
I would have been totally fine if they just did no licensed music at all, even though the licensed music was really good. You can't go wrong with I Need a Hero. They did that twice in 2 movies already. They did it in the Mario movie when he's doing the obstacle course. They also did it in the Shazam movie. So for some reason, I Need a Hero is a really popular song right now.
It's probably because like they figure that people have like forgotten about it from the 2008 version of Shrek 2.
Yeah, right.
Or 6.
You got
It was a little bit off, like a tiny bit off for me. But like most animated movies you think of like a great banger that goes along with it, like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. You think of like Sunflower, right,
Yeah.
by Post Malone.
And
then you also
Kid Cudi, all
Cudi, right? And then like what, like Shrek. You think of like Smash Mouth.
All-Star Smash Mouth. I think what they should did is they should, like what Ryan said, they should have did the old school animation route where they just stick with one artist and they play their song throughout the movie. Or I think they should, like they had such a great composer, they should have just stuck with the original Mario songs and stuff. Because that last action scene where him and Donkey Kong are running through the castle and they had the original Mario theme uptuned to modern, what was beautifully composed. They did the whole movie like that with like different like music elements throughout the different games.
How upset would you have been if there was like a Mario World 1 like a dubstep remix featuring like NF and like Brendan Urie?
I would be fine with that.
Would you like
I would
that?
100%.
Oh, that's a little bit cringe.
No, I would be 100% fine with that rather than playing like a licensed music of I Need a Hero. If they have like a mix of a Mario themed song and a licensed music, I would rather much like that better than just a full
I
licensed
could see
song.
Lil Dicky actually coming out with
Right?
a
Yeah.
good banger
But
for
like, and
Mario.
the
movie.
chances they got to play a low Mario music was awesome. Like when Luigi like got trapped in the mansion and you heard the Luigi mansion.
Was he in the
like,
mansion?
Yeah, at the
He was in the castle, right?
no, he was in the he went to this abandoned mansion when he was running from the skeleton
Oh, I
Goombas.
thought it was a castle.
Mansion castle, what's the difference? But you hear a little bit of the Luigi mansion like tingle.
Luigi Manchester.
Yeah, the Luigi Manchester. It was so cool. Like it was like, oh, I love Luigi's Mansion, and then like you heard the little jingle in the background. It's like, this is good. This is good.
Overall, I'm gonna go ahead and plug the Super Mario Brothers movie into the snack bar. I'm gonna give this a super clean, super Yahoo 8.5 snacks baby out of 10.
You
Was it-
You motherfucker.
Was it perfect? No. Was it fun? Hell freaking yeah. Did I have a big ass thing of popcorn and felt like a kid again? Hell freaking yeah, I did. I enjoyed myself thoroughly.
Yeah, this motherfucker. We're the same person. I hate him. So on my second rewatch, my first rewatch, I was like,
Wait, you watched it twice?
Yeah, I watched it twice. I went with my wife and then with my family. It's Mario. Why won't I watch it twice? But on my second rewatch,
Two back-to-back days?
yeah, it was basically. I think I only had
You
like.
saw it twice?
Yeah, I saw it twice. I saw it. Yeah, because I went I think I went Wednesday, then I went Sunday. So
I have no room to talk. I've watched movies twice before.
Yeah, you have no room to talk. But my first time, I was so invested. Like, oh my god, it's Mario! I played all the Mario games. I was super hyped. So I gave
Did
it.
you
like-
really?
Yeah. Oh, I love Mario.
Yeah.
So I gave it like a solid like 9.5. I was like, yes. After second rewatch, after like having the hype calm down, I was like, I think it deserves a solid 8.5.
And there's nothing wrong with 8.5. Nothing
No.
wrong at all.
Shit, I mean, it's not a 4. I'll take that.
Hey, Brady, what was one of your favorite Mario games?
Favorite Mario game has to be Mario Galaxy. Between Mario Galaxy and Mario, I would say Mario 3D Land is really good. It's not the classics. It's like the 2D Marios are really good. Super Mario World is really good when you have the Takuki suit, but it doesn't live up to any of the 3D Marios like Mario 3D Land or Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Yeah.
You didn't say Mario Sunshine.
Mario Sunshine is really good. Mario Sunshine is the very first Mario game I fully completed. I love it. It has a special place in my heart because how fucking hard it is. It was a challenge for me.
That's how I feel about my first wife.
The hardest part of it for me, there was 2. There was the Sand Eagle thing where you're on its back and you gotta collect all 6 of the blue coins. Couldn't do that. To save my life, couldn't do that.
Like 10?
Yeah, I was like 8 or 10. I couldn't do that. Or there was this one where Bowser Jr. is riding a roller coaster and you have to like shoot him with rockets while he's riding the roller
with your AK.
Yeah, and like I couldn't do it. And, like so like I like it, but it has like a distasteful taste in my mouth because how hard it was when I was a kid. Ryan, what was your favorite Mario game growing up?
Ryan's favorite Mario game, my first Mario game that I loved so much was Super Mario World 2 for the Super Nintendo. I watched my parents play this Super Nintendo for years. They always played Pac-Man together. And then one day, my dad forgot to return a movie or a game to the game rental store, and it was Super Mario World 2. And I loved it so much. The only thing about it, for whatever reason, I couldn't save it, so I had to start over every time.
Oh shit, that's so hard.
Yeah,
That's so hard.
And then after that, I think I really enjoyed New Super Mario Brothers.
New Super Mario Brothers.
Because like with a bunch of friends, it's fun to fuck with each other and like mess up a lot.
Yeah, New Super Mario Brothers is the one on the DS, correct?
Wii U.
I think there was
They probably ported it.
I
different
think the first one actually came out on New Super Mario's was on the DS. Then they upgraded it to the
Probably.
Wii U.
Yeah.
That one was so fun because that was one of the very first games you were able to like connect with other DSs, and then you could play levels with friends and
Right.
like what you said, like fuck with them, mess around
And
with
then
them.
New Super Mario World or 3D Land was a lot of fun too.
Oh, 3D Land was
Yeah.
so fun. Definitely with friends. Like Mario is the flagship Nintendo game where you could literally have so much fun doing the most minute, stupid things with your buddies.
Also, 2 more. Mario Kart. I think everyone loves Mario Kart, especially because like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they keep adding onto it every year, basically. So like it's just kind of like the definitive Mario Kart game. Also like Luigi's Mansion 3 has a special place in my heart for specific reasons. We never beat it though, but
we
had
got
a lot
like
of
an
fun.
hour into it.
Yeah, an hour into it.
All right, you want to start wrapping up?
Oh yeah, 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Sorry, you're gonna cut this for short. So that's
Yo,
fine.
I'm gonna probably cut out like 5 minutes at least. At the least.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah. So I thoroughly enjoyed it, and we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching Snack Bites. Catch you next week.
Bye bye.